Thanks, dear ones. So, how worthy are you? Are you or are you not? If you're not, who said so? Did somebody else say it to you? Or did your own understanding, your own mind say it to you? In any case, it's not valid. Whether it comes from outside or if it is coming from your mind. But if it comes from your awareness, you will notice that yes, maybe you are not worthy, but the definition of worthiness is different. It's not what we consider it to be always. The world talks about worthiness. Since ancient times, this has been talked. The worthiness of a person to receive something, or worthiness of a certain person to be worthy enough for life itself. Now, who decides the worthiness? That's the major question, whatever the case be. Who decides the worthiness? Most of the time we believe that the worthiness decision maker is somebody from outside. Because the world has made enough systems where it constantly keeps on evaluating a person and deciding the worthiness by forming opinions, judgments and conclusions. We see it in our daily life. There is a program going on. There are a couple of judges sitting there. Judges who judge. Their work is to judge. They form opinions and then they have a conclusion. They conclude as to who is worthy enough to go to the next level or to win the prize. Who is worthy enough to stand first? The schooling system all decides in this fashion. The worthiness of people, it decided by a certain system that is developed by humans. Depending on that, the worthiness is decided. You must have seen all the education system is completely based on this kind of a worthiness. The same patterns, unconscious patterns, these are we follow in our daily life. We adapt from the society these kind of methodology and we use it in our internal lives also, thinking and believing it to be true. It is not true. Look very deeply with deep awareness into all the systems. Now the world is awakening. It's not like before. Now if I'm talking in this video, yes, people will understand and they can relate to it, the things, how the world is awakening and they are becoming very conscious and aware of all these things, how all the nonsense has been very much clearly seen, and not just seen, people are opposing to it. You can see the whole world is actually revolting or becoming a rebellion towards such conditioning which has no meaning in real sense, but till date it had a lot of meaning. It had a lot of meaning because the pattern of living was unconscious of people. So unconscious systems followed by unconscious people, it is unconscious living. You live in ignorance. The whole population lived in that, thinking as this is the truth. This is where mass people were actually hypnotized also in so many ways and made to believe that this is your truth. This is how life is. All the concepts, be it any, I wouldn't want to go into religion and all that because it's all debatable stuff and we don't want to waste our time and energy in that, proving and unproving. But if you look at all the systems of religions and beliefs and faiths and all that, you can see there are certain systems designed by humans which make you feel worthy or unworthy. If you do a certain thing, you are worthy enough to enter the kingdom of God. You are worthy enough for Swargaloka. If you do not do a certain kind of thing, you are unworthy to enter there and you are more worthy to enter the hell, Narakaloka. Are you getting it? These have been actually interpreted by people, and since these have lot to do with morality and more fear-based morality, I would say. Fear, because there is a fear, because we do not know what is the truth. Nobody knows what is the truth. So if you do not know the truth and an authoritative person is saying, this is it, then what happens is, you can't challenge that truth because you are incapable of looking into the depth of that truth. And you are already fear-based. You have a lot of fears of what will happen. Now that what will happen, fear or insecurity, is what is being very openly seen by the systems and exploited. Because of the knowing that no one will question this, because they're already scared. Scared of what? Scared of going to hell. Scared of being punished by God or by anything, or by nature or life or whatever. The law of karma, the fear of the law of karma. Of course, law of karma does exist, but there are interpretations made by humans, and there are even consequences that humans talk about. Oh, watch out the karma. That does not create karma. The intention behind that thought is what matters. It doesn't matter if somebody is morally threatening about karma. It depends on from what angle are they talking about. Is that for your highest good? Is that for the highest good of all? Or is it for the person's good? If mostly it is for the person's good. And from there is where all these moralities and judgments and opinions and conclusion come. Like I decide, or a group of people decide, this is beneficial for us. If the whole set of people believe it in this manner, it will be beneficial to us. And so I decide the moral values. I decide the worthiness. Are you worthy to enter the kingdom of God? Or are you not worthy? Are you worthy for higher wisdom? Are you worthy or not to receive God? Are you worthy for enlightenment? Are you worthy for liberation? All these questions are answered by systems. Watch carefully, observe carefully. My observations tell all this. All the videos that I make is not this one that you speak that is speaking. It's the higher awareness. Whenever this one hooks into that higher awareness, a lot of data flows in. And I don't restrict that flow. That's the only difference. So whatever is flowing, I allow to flow, and this is what is revealed. Oftentimes, when I look back at the videos, I am myself astonished as to who is this one talking and what is this one talking about. But it relates to a lot of truths. This is what I want to point to you, dear ones. If this certain truths or the real truth flows through someone, who's the someone? It's a human being who's walking this path, who's walking this earth as a human being on a journey, discovering himself or herself. So if certain aspects are flowing through that one, every human has the capacity for that awareness to be sought and that truth to flow in from there, the nectar of that truth to be flowing in from there. It flows through everyone. The only difference is, if it is flowing through me, I make videos out of it. I put it into text or audio. The others may not, for it may not be their soul journey. It might not be their soul agenda. It might not be what they have come to do. It's absolutely fine. They are using awareness for their highest good and the highest good of all around them. So am I, and people like me, who's using this as a soul agenda for my highest good and the highest good of all around me. Are you getting it very clear? This is what the path of this becoming conscious and this becoming aware of ourselves can benefit us from. I was talking about worthiness. Where does this worthiness come from? Like you must have seen and understood and related to all this set of worthiness and decision. The decision makers all are outside of us. Whereas I'm showing to you in practicality that the decision maker should be this awareness, this pure awareness, this soul, this perfected self, which is me, which knows what is the truth because it is aligned to that source, to that God consciousness. It knows. Why doesn't it not know? Because I have drifted into ignorance and not shifted into awareness. When I shift into awareness, I walk into that door, into that sacred space which knows everything. There is a knower there. There is a knowing. All that I got to do is tap into that space. How do we do that? That is what happens when we move into awareness, when we are shifting into awareness. And that is what all my effort is, to make you aware of yourself, to make you aware of life itself. And then whatever you do, whatever we do, profession, worldly life, relationships, spiritual life, any path, any religion, whatever rituals, whatever mode of worship, whatever, we can see an enhancement in that the moment we shift into our inner space and do that practice. I'm in for all the practices. I've never criticized or never put down any system, any religion. I can never do that because it's visible, it's very, very palpable and tangible to me. The same source working through everything. So I cannot differentiate. So that's why I'm encouraging whatever path or whatever faith or whatever you are, wherever you are treading, become aware, practice conscious living, and then see the qualitative change in that same practice that you do. So the worthiness, again, you are the decision maker. Who decides, I'm not worthy for this path, I'm not worthy for this religion? No, you're not worthy for this religion. Who told you? Maybe you are not worthy for the religion makers, but you are always worthy for the religion. Understand that. Please understand that. You might not be worthy for the mediators of God, but you are always worthy of God. Know this, my dear ones. Know this in your heart. You are always worthy to walk deep within and connect to that source and embrace that source. You are always worthy. You are 100% worthy to receive all the higher wisdoms, including Brahmagyan. Brahmagyan is a concept. Brahmagyan is ultimate truth, the supreme truth, we can say that. Now it has been termed as Brahmagyan. Brahma means God. Brahman, the God, the supreme. Gyan means wisdom. The wisdom of God, or the wisdom of the supreme, or the wisdom of attaining the supreme, the wisdom of reaching the supreme, the wisdom of becoming the supreme, becoming God. Aham Brahmasmi. This is the whole thing about. It's all about, the Brahmagyan is all about that. And I'm telling you, this Brahmagyan is very easily available. It is our limited beliefs and faith that prevents us from getting this wisdom. Because it is in a high notion, kept like it is in some sacred treasure box which needs a golden or a diamond key to be opened. Now you got to become worthy of that diamond key, and then become worthy to walk towards that box, and then become worthy to even open that box. There are levels of worthiness decided by human systems. Whereas my awareness and the journey that I have walked all this on this earth life, in this lifetime, I can see very clearly that it's not so. I can see very clearly that it is we who decide our worthiness. And I'm telling you, the definition of worthiness, I beg to differ. The worthiness, the definition of worthiness is, according to me, the readiness. I wouldn't call it worthiness. Your worthiness is your readiness. How ready are you to walk the path? How ready are you to do the inner deep seeking? How ready are you to receive that God? How ready are you to receive, to become enlightened? How ready are you to become liberated? It is your intense desire, it's your intense seeking that makes you worthy, my dear. It is not somebody who tells you you are worthy or not. If you are fear-based, if you are living from the conditioning of the society that you have already picked up right from your childhood till now, from all the societies, right from parenting, from family, from friends, from society, from governments, from religions, from teachers, from every aspect of this world, the whole society, from the community, what you have learned. If you are based on that, then there has to be fear, because you are external, you are dependent on somebody else's judgment and opinion and conclusion. What somebody concludes, you take it as final. It is not so. What you conclude is very important. If you have concluded depending on somebody else's conclusion, then that's a conclusion. Because you have concluded. It is not because somebody else has concluded. You're getting it? It is because you listen to that and you have now taken a decision, or you have concluded, I am not worthy. You become worthless. God, for my God's sake, God is unconditional. God is, that supreme source is non-judgemental. Humans judge. Please understand. That source, that supreme source doesn't judge. You are a part of it. You are going back to it. When you have separated from your parents for eons, the parents, I'm talking the God source, when you have separated from there and you have wandered out, and that those parents are looking out for you and waiting for you to return back, do you think they will have conditions? Put, my dear ones, put some common understanding into the senses and find this out. In human conditioning, you see, when parents are separated from their children, and let's say they are abandoned in some other, or they are isolated or lost in some other country, and they are sitting here in one country. Now, when the children were together, they must have had a lot of conditions at that time, but now the children is not there. Will they impose the same conditions on them? Will they have the same conditions towards them? No, it's been 1 month, my dear children, you are lost, and everybody is trying to get you back to me. But when you come back, remember, you were already an angry person. I have told you, I don't like your anger. You have sinned a lot. You have done a lot of mistakes in your life. And I have been constantly telling you all your life, improve, my dear children. But you have not improved. Now you are lost. It's been months that I am trying to find you guys out. And now we have found you, waiting for your return. But the only condition that you return is, you must improve yourself. Otherwise, you are not worthy to enter my house. Will any parent say that? See, humans can't say it. What do you think God source will say that? Come on, dear ones. Wake up to this understanding of worthiness. This worthiness is your conclusion. Again, I told you, what is your worthiness? It's not somebody else's conclusion or what somebody else thinks or some belief system of something external. It is what you believe about you. It is your readiness. Again, I am telling you, you are ready. How ready you are, that decides your worthiness. So become worthy, dear ones. You are all worthy. Even the most dreadful sinner is worthy. They all have chance to improve overnight. There are innumerable stories and real incidents where the worst of people have just overnight transformed themselves and become godly. Worst of people. Take for the example Valmiki ji. Take for the example Angulimal. There are plenty. You just look out. There are plenty of such examples. What happened there? They were not deciding there. I'm a robber, I'm a thief, and self-pitying and victimization and self-concluding, self-judgemental. You're not that. You self-judge only because when the world is already on your nerves. And you have had enough. Now you start believing that. And then you begin now. Till now people have been condemning you, judging you, having opinions and concluding about you. Now you had made that a habit for yourself and you love that conditioning. It's so comforting to self-pity and brood in that. And now you say, yes, I am not worthy for it. I need to wait. I need to take some time. I need to finish this. I need to finish that. I need to finish my worldly responsibilities. I need to finish taking care of my children. I need to finish growing up my children. I need to finish growing up my farms. I need to finish rearing up my cattle. I need to finish all the worldly things that I need to buy, my estate and my land and my house and my cars. I need to dispose of my wealth so that I can now settle down. These are all, my dear ones, lame excuses which we then blame others and tell, no, I am not worthy. That is why I need to wait. No, you are worthy, but you are finding an excuse, a lame excuse that you now blame the external system, and now you are sitting in the comfort of, this is how the system is designed. Have you not read it? Have you not seen it here and there? You need to be worthy enough. I am not yet worthy. I have seen so much. I have done so many mistakes. First I need to become worthy enough. Who told you? Oh, some system told me. You're not worthy. So you need to wait. You need to work on yourself. You need to purify yourself completely, nicely, transform yourself nicely. Then I'm telling you, oh my dear one, wake up. If you had to completely purify and transform 100%, why do you need the system again? To go back and become worthy of something. You have already become worthy. You have become that. If you are already purifying, saying that it is my worthiness, that's what I said. Worthy to become accessible to that key, golden key. And then the next step is you have got the key. Now you got to walk to that key. You become worthy to enter that gates where the treasure box is kept. Second level of worthiness. Then you get in there to open the box. You need another level of worthiness. Bribery systems as you have. Many systems are there. Corrupt systems, if you see. At every level you have to bribe. What is this? This is utter nonsense. It doesn't happen that way. These are all our belief systems. See, I told you about the systems where you bribe and go. Exactly, subconscious patterning is there, and we put the same model into spirituality also, because that is our belief. Oh, this I got to worthy level wise. Who's deciding? The systems are deciding. You got to purify to this level, you got to work. Then I'm telling you, why do you need that system that tells you? Because you are already transformed. If you have already purified and transformed, you are directly in the box. Why do you need to move step by step? So please understand, I made this video because I was talking to someone, and somebody was brooding that I am a sinner, I am not yet ready. I got to this. My religion tells me you cannot gain direct access, to the bliss, and to gain there you have to become worthy. I have to become worthy first to receive someone. Like for example, I have got to become worthy to receive Christ, Jesus Christ, and then I follow His path, and then I become worthy to follow the teachings, and then I become worthy to live a life of that fulfillment, and then I become worthy to please God. How can you please God? See, this concept of the pleasing God. Is God someone who can be pleased, bribed? You go and flatter God and He is pleased. You don't flatter God, you don't offer a prayer to Him, you don't say a hi to Him, and He is offended. Do you think? See, these patterns are coming from the human systems. This is how we live life. We got to flatter people. We got to stay in their good books. We like to praise people because for our benefit there is something. Why? We would like to make people happy. Because when people are happy, they favor us. Saw this pattern? They favor us. This is how we have lived. Now we put that same ideology on God. Oh, perhaps He's that way. He's not that way. Open your heart. Go within and see. You'll find it. I'm not saying this this personality is not saying this. This awareness is talking about this. And my awareness and your awareness is not separate. It's from the same source, dear ones. When you tap into it, you'll come to know. Forget tapping into it. Right now you're knowing it's the truth. That is your awareness that you're connecting to. That is why it appeals to you. So, if you are getting triggered by somebody else's awareness, why don't you trigger it within yourself? Why don't you tap into that resource within yourself and decide your own worthiness? Don't wait for anything. Oh, that's a sacred scripture. I'm not ready yet. I can't read that scripture. Very true. Now, there have been many incidences. Like, for example, when I was in Tirunamalai and contemplating deeply on the teachings of Sri Ramana, and I'm seeing, oh my God, this is Brahmagyan. Nowhere it's mentioned it's Brahmagyan. If it would have been mentioned, then it would have been some other play going on. That whole thing would have been captured, and some other models would have been made and all that. Not just Sri Ramana. Even Bhagavan Nityananda talked about it. Chidakasha Gita is nothing less than Brahmagyan. Many other scriptures, many other masters have talked to it, but they have never claimed it to be Brahmagyan. But it is the ultimate truth. See how flower falls. I take this as a blessing. From this thorny tree. I don't know where this flower is from. From this thorny tree, this beautiful flower. Good. So, It's not just Sri Ramana or Bhagavan Nityananda. Many mystics have revealed this in their own ways. It is nothing less than Brahmagyan. We have not taken it as the final liberating document or scripture or learning or wisdom because it was not labeled like that. Because we love labeled stuff. Branded stuff we like. If somebody is branded, something is branded, something has got its own weightage and copyrighted, and it's got a beautiful trademark, we love that. That's how yoga got distorted and came back to us. It went somewhere, got patented somewhere, came back, and now we accepted it because Westerners spoke that. So what comes from the West, we take it because it's very glittering, it's very alluring. Are you getting that? Purposely on my Jake Light profile, I put one of my dear friend, Heather. She wrote a beautiful comment about me, just an opinion that she had, good opinion about me. Now there was nothing so big to boast about it, but I purposely put that praise because again the system has confused. You should not take praise. You become egoistic. You become aware of that ego, that's more than enough. It is better than that fakeness where we are delighted by somebody's praise and we are hiding that and then pretending as though nothing has happened. You are already flattered, your ego is already flattered. You have not put it on the wall, that's all. I deliberately put that on the wall. I stuck it, I pinned it there, and I said, I'm putting this on display now. What beautiful words you have written about this personality called Jake Light. Because you have understood it. Not everybody can understand that. It's a very confusing personality. Nobody can live around that personality also. It's very difficult because of this hardcore stuff. But you realized it, good. And you are a Westerner. Now let me put it there. When I put it, everybody said, wow. Very true, very true. Why? It has gone to the West and it has come from here. But here if I talk to my friends, my friends and my people only say, that big deal. Keeps talking this and that. I am not telling you must praise me, or I am saying catch the message, forget the messenger. Relate to the message at least. Forget how you treat that. But you are not even in that arrogance of shunning of that personality. You are shunning that message also. Which is, I feel, that's not right. You shun the personality, that's fine, but catch the message at least. So I deliberately put that on the wall. So these are the things. If you are doing this in awareness, there is no ego-pigo. This also, the all ego claims, is also a threatening moral policing, which is made by human systems again. And it is used to again manipulate you, control you. Because if you are scared now, I will turn egoistic. And if I turn egoistic, God will punish me. I am not worthy. See the worthiness. I am not worthy for the path. I am not worthy for higher this. Suddenly I become unworthy. I become disqualified. Why? Because there is ego in me. And now I try to hide my ego. Why? Because somebody is looking at my ego and say, oh, he is becoming egoistic. She is becoming egoistic. That's not the catch. You become aware. Forget people becoming. What you are doing now is you are depending on somebody else's awareness. Somebody is becoming more conscious. Hey, look at that ego. And you are saying, oh, the decision maker is somebody. And you are taking the decision from there. Why not you look into that ego directly and witness that ego? Like I said in this example, where somebody has praised me, I am aware. I am aware when my ego is tickled or when it is not tickled, when it is calm. I am watching it because I am a practitioner of this shifting into awareness. Here is another flower. It's falling on my lap here. So okay, I think I need to keep it here. I am aware. I am aware of my path. I am aware of my awareness, what I am supposed to do. And that's more than enough because I am the opinion maker. I am the decision maker. I decide my worthiness. Am I worthy? I am worthy despite my ego. Because that God doesn't judge me by my ego. He is looking at the intention behind that, whatever you do. World does not look into your intention. World looks into your display. World judges you by your exterior. How will the world know your interior? How will the world know what is your intention? Whenever somebody tells me, check your intention. Your intention is important. If you are having wrong intention, I become more aware of their intention towards my intention. And I know forget myself, whether I am becoming aware of my intent or not, surely I know that this person's intent is not good about my intent. What is that benefit doing to somebody who's coming and pointing to say, what's your awareness? What's your intention? What is your intention? When somebody questions my intention, I question the integrity of their intention, not externally. I immediately inside can see that. And doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani. I come to know. Now that is not for my benefit. When somebody is coming and moral policing and telling the intentions, the ego, that is definitely not for my highest good. It is definitely for their highest benefit. They gain something when somebody does or does not do. Somebody does something, they might gain or they might lose. Somebody does not do something, they might gain something, they might lose. The calculation is coming from there. So whose intent is it that is wrong? Now who's seeing this? The awareness, the deep awareness. Can you see what is the power of that intention, that awareness that you can log into? You can see everything crystal clear. Everything in the microscopic level you can go without arguing, without having to justify, without proving. But you will have fun. This is called Dekh Tamasha Duniya Ka. This is how the mystics live. They are seeing everything. They can dissect through everything. They don't look into the talks, into the behavior. They go deep into where it is coming from. And they know what's happening. So I am walking on the path of the mystics and I am talking from there. These are their practices. That's why I am trying to bring awareness to the masses, that if you look into this and you tap into it, you have become worthy to walk the path of the mystics, the middle path. The path of the mystics is razor sharp. This is why it is, and because it is razor sharp, we decide, I am not worthy. Mystics have never put any conditions. Yes, a disclaimer. Mystics do say that you are not ready yet. See the word. The true mystic says you are not ready yet. They will never say you are not worthy. You are all the time worthy, every moment you are worthy. But you are not ready. And what did I say in this whole video? It's not worthiness, it is readiness. How much ready am I? See this, it's revealed itself automatically. So the mystic says you are not ready yet. Yes, you are not ready. That's your decision. That's your choice. It's not based on your past karmas. It's not based on your current karmas. It is on your intention of that readiness to walk that path. Readiness, a eagerness to go there. Because if that is there, grace starts flowing and that grace supports your journey. Without that grace, it becomes very difficult for you if you are cocooned in that ego consciousness, in that self-pity and that victimized. It's very lower consciousness. Then they say you are not ready yet. They might help you to raise your consciousness. Why they help you to raise the consciousness? They don't put you directly to liberation. There is no mystic who will come and do something on you and then overnight liberate you. My master did not liberate me overnight. He did not enlighten me overnight. It took me years to even understand what he is trying to tell me. Are you getting this? That is when he knows I am ready or not. So he has worked on that way. Not ready. Okay. Now, he did not condemn me and say you are not worthy. Never it has happened. He has said you are not ready. He has said this also, and I notice in his actions also when he means you are not ready. But he does not leave you there. He has helped many times to make me ready. To help in that. That is what the mystics do. They help you to raise your consciousness. Why? They don't leave you to the final gate, to your destination, but they make you worthy enough, or not worthy, ready enough to walk the path. At least that much, where you take your responsibility, where you start understanding, you start becoming self-aware of these things, you start independently becoming, taking decisions, not based on anything else or the worldly thing. They make you ready for that. And once you are reached to that level, it's okay. Then it's a dynamo. You just have to kickstart and then it starts all together. Then you are on your path. You are doing what you are supposed to be doing. So that is how the mystics help. When they say you are not ready, please do not take that as a conclusion. You are not worthy. You are unworthy. You are dirty. You are good for nothing. Nothing good is going to happen to you. Do not misinterpret their language as this. Even if you read it somewhere, or if some community tells you, or some people tell you, authoritative people tell you, don't fall for it. I've revealed the message very clearly in this video. Please understand it. Please become worthy of yourself by becoming ready yourself. And once you're ready, start walking. Seek the path. I'm telling you. You seek. This is my personal experience. If I'm eager and I'm desperate for it, the help will come. The grace will just flow. That is what the mystics mean. The grace should flow to you. They make you ready to receive the grace, because grace will support you on the journey, my dear friends. Please understand this. You're not alone. The grace works with you, but you got to become ready to receive that grace. They bring you to at least that level. That level is upon us. It's not on any external condition. It's not on what stage of life you are, what miserable conditions you are, what kind of karma you are in, what kind of, even if the most horrible worst case scenario, understand there is grace. And please refer to my last 2-3 videos that I made on suffering. The world sees suffering as a different. I've made those videos. Look into it. If these videos interest you, look into it. Forget who condemns what. Don't go by that. You'll miss the message. If you catch the messenger and the opinions that others have about the messenger, you will miss the message. I'm telling you. And it's up to you. I can't force things on that. It's okay if you're scared to put a like, if you're scared to put a comment, if you're scared to make your presence feel in this, to yourself or to myself or to the world that you're so scared of. It's okay. All that doesn't matter. What matters here is you becoming ready enough. You understanding and getting this message. If you are understanding this message and if you are growing and evolving from within, that's fantastic. And if you still need help, you can always do a personal consultation thing. You can book a session. I've already put the links here. And again, yes, I'm telling you, don't decide your worthiness depending on that. Someone just made a little nudge saying that, oh, there's a price for it. Now, what about the people who can't? I'm telling you, it is not for the price. The price is for so that you value this, what I'm telling you. Or I am doing all these things, and if you keep on shutting it off and pretending that this is not the right message for you, then I have to get into these things. I have to talk to those who are serious about hearing. And those who are serious about hearing are ready to pay the price. Now, price, I don't mean monetary. There are people whom I have helped without monetary terms also. My intention is to help. So, if you feel that you really need help and this is something major, this price is an obstacle to you, in the form, just there is a comment, you put a comment there. I will definitely see through my awareness if that is truth or not. I don't want anybody to sit deceiving here, because if we are in that mode of escaping something or dodging something, being cunning with something and all, I am not for it. I don't want to get into any kind of interaction also with because it's of no use. I'm talking about the readiness. People who are really ready, people who are seeing a brighter aspect of their soul evolution, who really want to improvise themselves. Again, I'm telling you, these sessions I do not give remedies. They come, I have this problem in my house, my husband is this way, should I divorce my husband or should I divorce my wife? I am the one to tell you whether you should do it. I will just give you enough insight and the tools where you can raise your awareness, vibrations, and then look into all the aspects and do what is best for you. Mind you, I'm telling you this again, no external person can tell you what is good for you. Everybody's karmic structure is different. Everybody's life drama is different. An external person cannot see the whole aspect. That is why I never advise on the final solution. I never conclude. Whenever somebody talks to me, because I know that is just a half truth. When two people are involved in certain problem, one person is talking so much and saying, I have a problem, I'm pitying, crying, boo-hoo and all that. That doesn't mean you fall flat for that. There is other side of the story also. There is a lot. So it cannot, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying that you listen to all the stories. No, we don't have time for all that. Then they become parasitic. I'm telling you, you should be capable enough to look into other aspects and look first into your aspect. where you have to do the corrections. Because 99% is when you correct yourself, and when you work on yourself, when you purify yourself, when you evolve, all these things will just vanish apart from you. I'm telling you, mark my words. I've seen this. All those who have not been in that vibration mode which I am in, or that intense seeking which I am in, they move apart. I don't do it, they don't do it. Nobody does it. Nature does it. The law of attraction does it. It all depends on your vibration. You will have similar people around you of what interest you have. If your interest is mediocre, you will have mediocre people around you. If your interest is very intense and high, you will have that. If your interest is very much fulfilling and outgoing and enthusiasm and worldly, towards worldly, you will have people around you that. If your purpose is liberation, salvation, moving to self-purification, towards highest goals of life, you will have similar people attracting. That's what all these communities are about. Shifting into awareness, you will have people who like and follow these kind of pages, who are interested in these aspects, not in the external dramas of life, in their own, who want to self-improvise, who want to see in awareness, who want to expose themselves from the pretensions and the masks, who are ready to do the shadow work, who have the courage and the guts to work on themselves. They will be following these kind of pages because they are the ones who appreciate this wisdom. And I am one who is following this, working on ourselves first. I am sharing that gems, whatever I get. So day ones, again, concluding this with, it's not about readiness. Yeah, I was talking about the sessions. If anybody feels money is the real problem, or that is too much, you can pay a little, and whatever it is, just put in the comment. I'll just look into it and I'll see to it. So don't worry about those things. That's not the priority. So with this, it's setting, and two beautiful flowers in my ears. See, I can't understand where. See, it's a thorny tree. Oh, there I can see 1 or 2 flowers here and there. Okay, but both came here. I take this as blessings and grace from the divine. So with lots of divine love and light to all of you. Stay blessed. May we all evolve.